Welcome to No Politics, everybody.
What up, everybody? We're back. I took a break the last time. Happy to be back here. I had some back surgery things I had to deal with. Back in Rookery Studios, where they allow us to do our podcast. They got a bunch of different rooms. They do a really good job of keeping it professional with us. So glad to be back in Rookery Studios. Shout out to CoinLeet, who they got us. They're the ones that got us started in here. So that's how the podcast got run, was through CoinLeet. So if you guys want to work together with CoinLeet, they work with athletes and get NIL deals for you. So do your thing.
That boy sound natural.
No, hey, that was clean. Was that smooth?
Yeah, you should have been doing it.
Shout out to Brett.
Yeah, shout out.
Brooks. And Jimmy Rex.
Jimmy.
Salute. Big General. So,
Big Jimmy.
how was your weekend? How was your weekend? When did we host the recruits? What day was that? Friday?
That was
Last week?
Last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was last week.
Congratulations to all y'all who done committed, boy.
All the newcomers coming up.
Exactly. It was a lot of them, too. How many commits we have? Like 24 in total, probably?
Something like that.
But we had they brought in like 6 DBs, 6 corners.
Yeah, it's about time they started recruiting that position heavy like that.
That's the future.
We all out. It's for us.
I know we got how many people out, bro? Like dang near the whole
Our
room.
whole defense is gonna be gone. Actually,
We all.
Dang, yeah, the whole defense is gonna be
our
gone.
whole defense. Maybe you said like 1 or 2 of the D linemen because they all. Well, actually no, they must be young though.
Yeah, a lot of them are young. I mean,
Most of
Nice is
them are
gonna be
young.
back.
Josh Larson.
Yeah. Oh, they got like Gabe Summers.
You gonna be back?
He's gonna be out. Actually, he has 2 years.
Zoe gone for sure.
Zoe's gone.
That's crazy. That's gonna be a huge pro day, even on offense, bro. Because I'm pretty sure everybody on offense is gonna leave too. Not everybody, but
Most of them.
a good amount.
Probably say 2 receivers, tight end. Yeah, old lineman for sure.
Oh, line. They all gone.
Yeah, Blake Fields for sure.
Yeah, they all go, bro.
Blake's getting drafted.
Hey, our old line looking real nice though.
What?
That boy, Chris Brooks and Lopini, everybody else finna have a field day.
Field day. That's what I'm saying. Just run the ball the whole game.
Oh, for sure.
You got the receivers too, though. It's like you don't want to leave them out. Like, we could run the ball all day. We could pass the ball all day.
Passing it. Ooh, that's gonna be exciting. I can't wait for the season, bro. Spring ball in like what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks now.
3 weeks.
That sounds terrible.
I got you guys' water for you, man. You guys let me know.
Actually, we be right there next to you. No,
What you mean?
I ain't doing spring ball.
All right, you saying that now on camera, and then when you get off camera,
That's how it always goes.
you already know he talking all this sweet right now.
Not doing
Yeah.
spring ball, bro.
Oh yeah, all right.
Physically can't. Bro.
Okay.
My body's still recovering from this 13-game season we played.
Yeah. I heard that this year they're not even doing the spring game at all. Like they're not even no scrimmage or
We
nothing.
didn't do it last year.
Yeah, like last year,
Oh yeah, a lot of we didn't have no scrimmages at all.
Last year we had like an injury every day.
It was on that turf, boy.
My body was dropping every day.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, that's true.
Talking about speed and space, bro. Like,
We done graduated. I'll be glad when they be doing that. You're graduated. You ain't gotta do it no more.
Yeah.
You done for.
yeah. It sucked when you be in there for like a month though. That's how long I was in there for.
They had D'Lo in there for the longest time. That was hilarious.
Every day, bro. I used to get that text. Make sure you wear your thigh pads and knee pads.
I'd
the
be
worst
glad I get that text too,
It be
boy.
so hot, bro. Oh my God.
And they be suited up too.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
fun, though.
funny.
it's all fun. Shoot, man, it's cool being inside this new room though. I haven't been. Did you guys record in the other room the last podcast too?
It's the regular
The
one.
regular one. This one makes me feel a little more philosophical. I think like fits the first
D-Lo
the topic
got
of the
best
day. You know.
background. You got the brick
Yeah, you got the
wall,
books.
and then the books in the back, and a bike and a bike.
Yeah, we gonna be talking today for sure.
Oh yeah. Let me go ahead. I feel like doing this little podcast. We might not wake up tomorrow morning.
Might say something.
Cause we want to talk about conspiracy theories today, And there's a lot of stuff out there, bro. That's like, oh my gosh, like. I'm kind of scared.
Man, turn your phone off.
Government, put it on silent.
Government is tapping. Yeah, government is tapping in right now.
Close the computer, Dakota. We need every electronic turned off.
Yeah,
right now.
That phone stuff annoying, bro. How you just say something and
what?
The next minute, bro. I said I want a puppy jacket, and I swear, bro, I swear I didn't say it out loud. I said it in my mind. 2 minutes later, bro, puppy jackets pop up on my phone. And I'm like, bro, like.
No, it's wild. It's crazy.
Something's not right.
But to think though, you talk about your mind, like how Elon Musk is creating like the little brain chips and stuff, and they put it in your brain, and you can I think it's like you can store memories or whatever it is. I'm like
Google in your head.
Yes, I'm like, bro, like what is gonna come in like the next 5-10 years, bro? Because all this is happening in like such a short time. Like once this COVID, I think a whole bunch of stuff has just been changing. Like no more gas cars till 2035. Like chips going into your head. Like hands for your vaccination, booster. Like it's just so crazy about like, the amount of stuff that's going on right now, bro.
It's the future that everyone imagined.
Oh my God.
For real. I mean, that's what we were talking about on the way here. We were like, COVID was a start. So when COVID hit, they all quarantined us. They started bringing 5G towers in. Have you heard about the 5G towers?
How I heard it gives you like cancer or like
it's something like that. Like the waves in it are able to like emit, and they're like to travel. Like I don't know, they're very efficient waves or something like that, and so it can make people sick and stuff like that. But it can also it runs through your body when like the waves go through, and so that's why people like on their phones are turning off the 5G because there's a ton of conspiracies behind it. But that all happened during quarantine. And then Elon Musk announced that he's going to drop a brain chip towards the end of this year or something, right?
The waves go into your brain chip, and like now you getting all types of stuff in your head that you're thinking about because the brain chip.
It's like programming. They're going to be able to program you through waves. Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Hey, y'all got me worried now.
It's fine.
And be taken by 3 dudes in black suits.
But here's the thing though, like if someone came up to you, someone in the government was like, hey, let us put this chip inside your head, you'll be able to store all the movements that you want in football, you'll be able to know the entire IQ
really gonna
of
make
football.
you a better human type, like
a superhuman type thing. Like would you guys take it?
Yeah, alright, till they do
I don't know.
Beep, boop, beep, and then now you a soldier.
That's what I'm saying. Now you
But you a super soldier though. You're a super soldier. Like what's that one movie with the other dude? Like
Captain America.
Captain America. Who's the other guy that's in Captain?
His best friend.
Yeah.
Him. Got a mechanical arm.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Shoot.
I don't know.
The metal arm would be cool though.
The who? Hey, low key, I think that was off topic, but that was the best scene. I think. Like the best fighting scene I don't watch in a Marvel movie like ever, bro. Was him versus Bucky, bro.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty cool. It was just all hand to hand combat. Like that was lit. That was lit. But anywho, really, the world really could come like that though. Like you can really imagine it, some type of crazy technology that just boosts your thinking. It's like I don't know. It's just so crazy.
Yeah.
I got one more about the Rothschilds though, bro.
You want to bring the Rothschilds into this? Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Nah,
this Rothschild stuff, yo.
Yeah, I know a ton about that.
Oh my gosh.
Get it started. Let's get into this one. I love this stuff.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Like whenever I watched the video on the Rothschilds like years ago, probably like 3-4 years ago, and it was just so. Bro, hold on. So first of all, it's a family. Rothschild's a family. They're worth like $1 trillion. Like they pretty much own federal banks, everything like that. Like so much money. Like to the point where they've dictated who wins a war by giving another side money for the war and all this other stuff. Like pretty much built how America is like to this day almost type deal. You know what I mean?
Really the world, like almost
like
the world.
Yeah, like for real, they control the whole world. And it's like there's a part where they do like they have like secret parties and stuff like that for their families and everything because the Rothschild family own all the world. Like it's sort of like they have like babies with people that's only in the family. Like the money is kept in the family. Nobody else got the money. So now you got like they do a whole bunch of parties and stuff like that, and a lot of them are like demonic. So like there's like demonic rituals. And since the Rothschild has so much money, they just bring everything, all their culture into like different stuff. Like explains why like the music industry so like it's so crazy.
Well, that's how I got into it. The Rothschilds created it. The daughter was a big musician.
That's what it was.
She loved playing the piano or something, I think like that. So she got into it and she's like, you know what, I want to start this industry. Like, I want to get people famous, like I'll pay them to go and entertain people, make us more money and all this stuff. So then she started like, she'd go and get artists and she put them through a ritual though, so that they kept loyalty to them. Cause basically they have the rights to all their money. That's why you see rappers having like, they don't really have to care about money. Mm-hmm. Like they put out, I think the net worth and stuff that they put on them is all fake. Like,
oh, for sure.
You sell, like, you go in there and you do their rituals, bro. You have the rights to like, it's not your money, but crazy you can use their money.
Crazy,
it's crazy.
And like that's why they bring those demonic rituals and stuff into the music industry. That's why everything is so. You watch any music video, like anybody, bro. It's just so much subliminal stuff. I said the word wrong, but whatever. There's so much like subliminal, however you say the word. Like
it's subliminal.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
You can't even say it.
Yes. That's why it's so much in the music videos, bro. So you can't even watch a music video without you seeing like, checkered floors and like stuff like that. That just, I don't know, bro. Like,
nah, that whole world is crazy.
Y'all trying to get us killed. I ain't saying nothing.
That whole world is crazy, bro. I got so into that, like researching all that stuff.
Boy, for real.
And then, but like, it got to the point where I was like, tell myself, nah, you can't keep digging into that because I feel like I'm gonna come across
too much knowledge. Really will mess you up, bro.
Yeah,
too much knowledge. You can't. That's why sometimes if I get too carried away and looking up stuff like this, I just stop, bro.
Well, the crazy part about all of that stuff is in the Bible. That's the part that freaked me out.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we can get into that another time. We can stop on that one.
No, bro. I forgot. There's a story that I was told, and I think in the Bible it was like, I'm pretty sure y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Whatever, it was a verse in the Bible where pretty much like it was a place where like the devil. Oh no, I can't say that one. That's gonna lead to some like other stuff, bro.
No, actually, like, I got a conspiracy.
Like the whole like there's like pedophilia stuff going on. This might be a censored podcast, but I don't know if we can talk about this on YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, but
nah, it's crazy though.
It's crazy, like how because like back in the day, like in the Bible days, like they used to sacrifice, like babies and stuff like that, because like a baby's probably the closest thing you can get to God, so it was the most evil thing that you can do because they ain't commit no sins, nothing, blah blah blah. So that's why like today it seems like all this like pedophilia stuff going on and like all this crazy like kidnapping stuff is like all like kids and stuff because back in the day it was just so much, so all that stuff is carried over obviously in the modern world, and that's why kids are like the prime suspects, and they black market stuff, trillions of dollars, billions of dollars like that go into stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's so crazy like that a lot of stuff really has been already foretold in the Bible. Like there's so many stories in the Bible that have like came to pass, bro, and it's like ridiculous.
You think that has anything to do with sex trafficking and why it makes so much money every year?
Oh, I mean,
some kids are missing.
Easy, like they do it for everything. They farm children just for that type of stuff. Like, you know what, man? Like I ain't gonna say that I know that for a fact. You know,
it's all stuff that really could be true. It's probably not even true. It's probably complicated so much. But it's like there's something out there, bro.
The art rescue guy came and spoke to us, and I went to that whole thing. He talked about that, how they like farm them for like, not even just for like sexual things. Like they farm them just for organs. Like he told us like the value of a child's heart goes for like $500,000.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because it's the closest, bro. And when the Bible is the closest thing to God, bro. It's so crazy. It's worth stuff like that is worth so much money, bro. That it's so sad to even talk about. But
y'all ever heard of the conspiracy of Bigfoot in the Bible?
It was Cain, and he was cursed to live forever.
He was cursed to live forever, and
Bigfoot was.
And so he's roaming the world like right now, like he's just walking around the world. Yes. But people say that he has like the hair on his body with his curse and everything, and so comes off to look like a beast. But that's why they've never found like more like a species of him. Like you never see a Bigfoot with another person, another Bigfoot.
That's so crazy. And the thing is too, that's why he's so big too. Like the Bigfoot's picture as like he's 10 foot tall or something, or 8 foot tall. Because if you think about in the Bible too, if you look at others, like we were way bigger. I believe we were way big. Like, humans were way bigger than what they are today. Like we were probably 8 feet tall. Like because there's stories in the Bible where it's like it took a couple people to even carry a blueberry back to like the village or wherever they were at. Like everything in this world was so much bigger, I feel like. So I don't know. I really could be true. Like a lion, like a saber-toothed lion, tiger, whatever it's called, huge. Now it's like all gone. Everything's getting smaller and smaller. Like it's just crazy, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. Like
It's the food we're eating.
So all the pesticides, bro. Everything.
like the government
Feed us
killing us
cancer,
with the
literally.
food. Yeah, I mean that's like that is true though. Like with the animals and everything like that. I was looking at this one thing where it talked about dragons. It was talking about how we have dragons are known all around the world. All these countries have different writings, different like records of dragons and stuff like that. But no one has ever brought proof to it. And so they were talking like the wings on a bird. When the bird dies, the wings and when everything decays, all is left is like the structure of the body. So they're saying like, what if T-Rexes, like the bones that they find, it's just the wings are decayed off. Like there's no bones inside the wing. And so they're just laying in there. And that's why they think they have like small arms, because the bone that was sticking out into the wings was the T-Rex's arms.
T-Rex's arms.
It's like, so really that's what the dragon would.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That makes sense.
That's crazy. What?
So that's why that's why they were known back in the day as the dragons, because they were really just those big lizards that, you know, they had wings though.
What?
But that's why we never saw it, because they had all decayed away.
How did they just disappear like that? Like I know they said a meteor came, but like
Every single dinosaur just died.
It was everyone who was here to see that. like who wrote that down?
Just throwing it out there.
Yes. History can really you can really change history, bro.
Bro, like,
all it takes is a change of a textbook being in every school, bro. You change history.
They said a giant meteor came and just took them all out. Like, all right, bro, every single one. Like
That is true.
I don't know, bro.
no.
Yeah, that's how the moon was formed, bro.
Bro, the moon isn't.
Wait, what?
That's how the moon was formed.
What do you mean?
All those years of the Earth forming, and the rock came and hit Earth, and then the moon just popped off, and it just like went into rotation around the Earth.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Y'all think we actually landed on the moon?
Hell no. We did not get there. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all cannot convince me that we've been to the moon. We got all this good technology now. We can do whatever. We can't go back. We should be sending kids on moon space trips at least once a week. At least once a week with the technology we got. And you tell me back then they got there, bro? It was a green screen and some old school sci-fi or something. Cause that don't look right to me. There's no way, dog.
You can get into a lot of stuff with that. So what were you saying about the moon earlier, though?
That's why the moon's real either.
All right, bro.
The moon's real, bro.
Come on, bro.
I don't know, though. I don't think it is what we think it is.
You got to defend that.
I think it's a giant spaceship and it's just monitoring the Earth.
That makes no sense, dude.
It's just looking at us every day.
That makes no sense.
Then how do we know it's true that what he said about how it broke off and it just started getting into our orbit?
It's just probably a theory, like how the Big Bang is a theory. It's not. They're not saying it's true, but the most theory makes sense. People go with it.
Well, my theory is that they just put a ship out there to say, call it the moon.
So you think you would have technology like that to do it?
Yes,
since
I don't know.
Actually, yes, bro, I do think so. Low key,
since the 1800s, like where the moon was like a thing, whenever it was, the BC.
Well, actually, hold up, because the moon. They say that the moon causes tsunamis, but you know how they have like weather controlling stuff in the world. Maybe it's just their excuse, you know. That's what they're saying, but really they're controlling everything from the moon.
Science. Like they bring planes. It's like planes need, but it's not like to change the whole weather on the world. But in that area, though, they can make it like the cloud. They can do something to the clouds, put chemicals in the clouds to make them do different things, like to rain or just lightly rain.
Yeah.
So they can already do it with a small area. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt, and that's what they show. So I wouldn't doubt it's something way bigger, you know?
Could be.
Yeah, everything's bigger than what we think it is.
What you mean?
Like everything that seems so simple, there's way more behind it going on in everyday life.
Like what? You trying to sound so sophisticated. You're not saying nothing. You're not saying nothing.
He was just saying the same thing in different ways.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Bro.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like,
yo.
But here's one thing that I do think. I do think that the Earth is flat.
Oh my God.
But here, let me defend this. Hold on, bro. Let me, if you can prove me wrong with this, hold on. Let me defend this right here.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm about to defend this right here. If you can prove this one statement
All right,
wrong,
Kyrie.
then I believe
Kyrie,
you.
cool.
All right, here I go. Listen closely. When doing flight sim, or when people fly across the world,
Okay.
when people fly across the world,
Okay.
they're taking the longest route possible. If the Earth is round, if you were going to like Australia to, what was it? Or it was like somewhere in the south, like a southern Pacific country. And they went to a northern Pacific country, like the very north. Why would you fly all the way across all that continent and all that ground when you could just fly? If it's a circle, they would just go from here and just fly around the world and you're there. But instead, they go all the way. They claim that they go all the way around
For sightseeing.
in the clouds. In the clouds.
Look, man, I don't care what you say, dog. I've been in planes before, bro. When you in a plane, you see the curve of the Earth.
That's not the curve of the Earth.
Yes, it is.
What is it then?
Bro. What is it?
What is it?
It's the curve of the atmosphere. Atmosphere bends different in light. You guys haven't provided any facts. You guys are throwing things out, but you're not defending nothing.
Provide no facts either.
I just said. I literally just dropped the fact.
Bro,
I just dropped the fact about flying. If you were flying in a plane, why would you fly all the way around?
Like,
Why would you fly all the way? No, this is.
Okay.
Why would you fly all the way around the world? And that's why the world is flat. If it was round, you could just go short, boom, go right around it. But instead, they have to go all the way across.
They can't let planes fly willy nilly. They all got to go the same path. If that was the case, then all just be crashing into each other.
That has nothing to do with it.
we would have, it would be like lanes.
I'm talking shortest path possible.
But if we were
shortest
going
path.
flat, that's what he's saying though. You're just going, like everyone would just be flying past each other. Type
Yeah,
shit.
but boom, boom.
That's
boom.
how it is already.
We all need to go in the same direction.
You can go the same direction, just go
Okay,
short.
but if you're going, if not as okay, never mind. Because then I'm gonna sound stupid and
No, go.
Explain.
I can't because now I say it in my head, it's not gonna make any sense.
All right, I bet.
It's not gonna make sense, and I'm gonna sound way too dumb. Nah, I'm cool.
World is flat. I think I won that
think you're
debate
just
right
crazy.
there. I think I did. I won. You guys haven't provided nothing.
I don't need to provide anything. The world is flat. We have pictures of the Earth.
How you know that's real?
Here we go.
That's some really good Photoshop,
It is.
bro. They have measurements. They have like
Here's the thing:
actual pictures.
the maps that we use today aren't even the correct maps. The way that they show Africa on the map, that's not even the real scale of the
Yes,
Earth.
Africa is way bigger than what it is, but they have to at least condense it to make it.
But how come they
all
didn't condense
fit
any other
together.
countries? Every other country is to almost an exact scale.
So why haven't they updated the map?
You tell me.
Space might not be what we think it is.
What do you mean? You think it's a projector? There's like science behind this stuff, though.
But how can we trust the science? All they got to do is say we learned it from this scientist, and then that's their justification right there. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
They could pay that doctor. The Rothschilds could pay that doctor and be like, "Hey, I need you to tell." They do it with Dr. Fauci all the time.
Okay. I do believe that. But not everybody is going to be taking money like that.
So you think they just pick and choose?
Because you got to think about it. Like foundations and faiths and stuff back then was like real. Like they never bended that. You feel me? I was just watching a show called Vikings. They say I swore on my ankle bracelet. Like they swear on their bracelets on their hands and that they're gonna keep their word. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but that's not the Rothschilds. Rothschilds are out here controlling it all.
what is it? What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Oh, I guess
They're paying off all the information that we learned is they're conforming it to their.
All right, I forgot the name of the dude. D'Lo, try to look it up on your phone. Since you're on your phone.
I'm looking up stuff right now. I'm about to debunk everything he just said.
You can't look at. Of course, you're gonna look up arguments of why is the Earth not flat.
No, I didn't even say that.
Now everybody gonna look up stuff on their phone.
You know, I ain't even gonna look at my phone. I got conspiracy theories off the dome. Like,
No,
I can
but
keep
like-
going and going.
I don't know what you're saying is true. That's all. Like
It's just a conspiracy though. I have no clue if it's real or not. So
what's another conspiracy theory?
the Loch Ness monster, I think is real.
Yeah, it's real for sure.
How is it real?
Because there's so much. It's in the water, right? Yeah, there's so much of the ocean we haven't even discovered, bro.
The Loch Ness monster was in a lake. in the
That was the
storms.
thing that made the Loch Ness monster.
It was in the
unique.
lake.
It was in the lake. Y'all think
here's the thing.
big lizard that no one saw was in a lake?
But here's the thing.
All right.
In the earth and in the water, there's so many underground tunnels and caves that they could be swimming through. Like, everyone, like, that takes me to a whole other conspiracy theory, but like, Loch Ness monster could definitely be living in a lake.
No.
What did it look like?
It says it's huge though. Like dinosaur type. It's not real, bro. No.
I did see, like, there was that one person that put out that photo that was like, oh, it was just a piece of wood tree or
A
something.
wood boat, probably. I don't
That
know.
was like floating in the water or something, but I think the Loch Ness is real.
Nah, it's definitely real, bro. I don't know. There's just no way that he would just make stuff up like that. Man, it was a joke. Like, I don't think it is what you guys think is like this giant, scaly, crazy thing, but I think it's something big.
My gosh.
Okay. It's not what you think it is, but I promise it's.
I promise you, there's something down there. It might not be that big, but it's big.
For real. Dude.
Bro.
Oh man.
All right, bro, you're done.
Next one that I have on my head right now, Michael Jackson is alive.
All right, I think a lot of these celebrities could be faking their deaths, though. That could be dope. Shoot. For them, because some of them people don't like to be famous, bro.
They get a taste of it and they're like, I don't want this life.
But did y'all see the video of Michael Jackson when he was walking to his concert? People were literally crying when
Bro,
they first saw him.
passing out.
Passing out, crying.
carrying him out on stretchers and
Bro.
stuff.
Yeah. Imagine doing that every day of your life.
Bro.
That'd be annoying after a while.
Like, oh my gosh. Hey, but that, I think it was a Super Bowl performance or it was a game performance where he like was on the top of the billboard and just disappeared and then all of a sudden he was on the field.
Yeah.
That performance was hard. That was hard, bro. Like, what?
Yeah,
No,
Michael
he had
Jackson
like
was-
he was like, I think that's how like Drake is today, but Michael Jackson's like
Yeah, low key.
up there.
Well, because I mean, you look at it. So Michael Jackson was filming an ad for this company, and while they were on set, he caught on fire, like mid set. Like he just caught on fire, burned. His whole face and everything got burned. And so then, like recently, like pretty closely after that, they announced that Michael Jackson died in his house. And then after that, a dude named Dave comes onto the news and talks about his friend Michael Jackson. I'm gonna pull up a picture so I can see it. Like he comes onto the news and they're like, he was like a big brother to me, all this stuff. But the guy talks and sounds just like Michael Jackson. Like there's complete resemblance to it. And so they're saying that that's Michael Jackson and they faked his death. And that's him and he's alive, but no one ever knows. Like you'll never know.
Jesus Christ.
Like I could pull up a video of him talking. But like, look at this right here. You see that? That is Michael Jackson.
Let me see.
What? Wait, bro.
That is Michael Jackson.
That is not Michael Jackson.
Let me see.
What? Let me.
Bro, what?
You want to hear him talk? You want to hear him talk?
That's not Michael Jackson.
Yo.
Listen, here, hold up. Listen to him talk. You remember how Michael Jackson talked? Imitate his voice real quick. Try to imitate his voice, D-Lo.
I can't right now, but I know you're talking about that.
You lying. That's
I'm gonna pull up a video right now of him talking.
how old is this?
This conspiracy? This is 12 years ago when he died. Or
It's Michael Jackson.
when his friend came on there. Huh?
He died 12 years ago.
No, he didn't die 12 years ago. So, but So he died, but this guy was like, this is the real Michael Jackson. They had an imposter Michael Jackson, and then they
Why you look
killed
like
him.
that?
Because he got burned.
To hear from him. Cool place.
Look.
My house was very impromptu, and it was kept a secret by my mother. And
This is Dave talking.
I had always been kind of a admirer of his, not a fan per se.
Tell me that is not Michael Jackson.
I mean,
Tell me that is not Michael Jackson.
Come on, bro.
All right.
I don't know, man.
Suit yourself, man.
And how he got burned?
I just told the whole story.
The commercial.
He was recording the ad.
Okay.
Caught on fire. It was public news that Michael Jackson caught on fire.
Okay, well,
That's what it was. So he got burned, and then they came up with. I mean, you guys see the conspiracy of like the cloning and stuff in the music industry. They found a replacement for Michael Jackson. Once he was out, recorded his records or whatever, boom, he's dead. Dave comes to the news all of a sudden, and he's Michael Jackson's best friend.
that's wild. But I don't think he's Michael Jackson. Sorry, bro.
Hey, it's conspiracy, man.
Well, he has 2 first names.
Dave, exactly. Like, why would a guy have two of the first names that are the same name?
I mean, there are people out here named like, I don't know.
Dave.
Paul George.
Paul, that's what I'm saying.
Dave.
Bob Marley or something.
You gonna name your kid Malik?
Leek. Yeah. That'd be hard. Malik and Leek. Thing one, thing two.
That's wild, bro.
I don't know. JFK.
I don't know about the JFK situation.
Well,
Well, obviously I know what happened, but I don't know the conspiracy behind it.
Did he get sniped? And he was in it was a parade, right? Or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because even like today, there was like a whole stuff about Joe Biden, Donald Trump votes and stuff, and how they were trying to manipulate it to where Joe Biden gets all the votes. You know what I mean? So that he was the new president. Like,
Yeah.
I think stuff like that really could happen, because I think the government, bro, they do so much. They do so much. Like, it's crazy.
Have you guys read the public files about that? About JFK?
Everything is, but it isn't.
There's public files on. I'm not gonna talk about it. I can get in way too deep with that one.
Go ahead. We just bouncing. We just bouncing from.
But
Nah, I mean,
JFK. So according to the files, there was about 900 other scenarios that day that he would have died in, that he would have gotten killed in. That guy just happened to be the one that connected. So if that one would have failed, there would have been another attempt that day. Like, he was gonna die that day. It was set.
Oh, they was out to kill him.
They were out to kill him.
I was out to get that man, boy.
Yeah.
Was he a good president though? I'm not even really sure. I don't remember that much.
I mean,
I just don't remember that far back from school because I haven't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember if he was really a good president or not.
yeah.
Who's y'all best president?
Obama.
Obama? I wouldn't say Obama.
I
I'd put Obama in the bottom two. I think he did the worst for the U.S.
I don't even know, bro. Like, I've never even gotten. I think when COVID happened, that's when I really started to get into politics. I never was into politics before that. So it's like, so the stuff I've heard about like the government and all that stuff is all just conspiracy. So it's like, I don't know. COVID really made me start thinking about politics way more. But as far as stuff early on before that, I don't know.
Yeah.
You think that our presidents are predestined before they make it there?
No, I don't know. I just feel like whoever's elected just has a certain agenda, and like regardless, that agenda is gonna get, reached. I think that. Like, I think because we all pick who votes,
Yeah.
So it's like it's really in our hands.
I mean, it's really in the House. They're the ones that kind of finalize everything.
Yeah, but
So like they could just. I mean, right? Isn't that kind of how it goes? Like, they could just throw it if they wanted, but they wouldn't because that'd like upset the whole country. But like, I think it's their votes, like the House votes that.
Shoot, the country was upset when
Electoral stuff.
Trump lost. They stormed the Capitol.
for real, bro, it was madness.
Exactly, they did it. They did it right in front of our faces, actually.
Yeah, they stormed the Capitol, dog. People was hot.
But shoot, I don't know. We could get. You guys got any other conspiracies? I got a million off my head, but I don't want to like be the one that's
Nah, I ain't got nothing on me, bro. I ain't got no ammunition, bro.
9/11, man. Don't get me started on this one.
What you mean? Okay, at this point, I don't really know
9/11, that's wild.
a lot.
Because they said it was an inside
Thomas-
job.
It was an inside
I'd be
job.
cool with listening.
Because I could be wrong, but didn't Bin Laden work for the U.S. or something at one point? An ally or something? Okay.
He was an ally.
Yeah. So it just, That whole thing. I mean, I was only 2 years old when that happened, maybe 3, so I couldn't really see it. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. They say that it's an inside job too because the way that the tower fell is the towers are designed to not even be able to fall like that.
Yeah, the way they fell. That's right.
And
that's right.
Yeah. I mean, some people get crazy with it and say like there's videos, they have like these videos of people on 9/11. They're like, there was no planes. Like we never saw a plane hit the tower. Like all this crazy stuff saying that it was just a bomb that went off inside of the building. That's what trapped the people. But like, that one I don't really know. I don't really know if that was too true. I do definitely believe that there's bombs inside the building that were planted, especially inside. There was a truck. There was a van full of bombs that was heading to the Pentagon, I want to say. And there's a one that was driving to the Pentagon, and then there was a van that got caught in the there was a parking garage right next to the Twin Towers, and they got caught with bombs in it, tons of explosives, and the bombs never got set off. And so like people failed their job and stuff like that at setting those bombs off. But
because then they try to say that the plane caused the building basically to melt, I guess, something like that, and then that's why it fell. But it fell so like perfectly, like
yeah, and it's metal. Those were metal beams that fell like it was stacked wood or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
the video was crazy though.
Yeah, I don't know. I sound crazy when I talk about that one. There's way too many. That conspiracy gets so deep. Like when you talk about the book or the picture with who was the president at the time?
Bush.
George Bush.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's sitting there and he has a paper plane in his hand, and he has 2 Jenga towers that have fallen right in front of him.
What?
Yeah. And this was released before 9/11 happened. He has a paper plane in his hand, and he's like playing on the ground like he's playing with the toys.
What? I didn't even know that. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's crazy.
The Twin Towers are inside they're burning inside inside of our money. Like you fold the money and it shows the 2 Twin Towers together and they're on fire. Like all of it was like predicted and stuff and before it even happened.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm just listening, bro. I'm just listening because I don't know anything, so I'm taking everything in, bro.
Oh, that's actually.
I'm just listening.
The memorial was nice though. When we went to New York.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was really
nice too.
Like the beams, I've never seen it. I've never been to it.
Yeah, because they made it like a giant grave, right? Like it was just a really big grave. It was in like a waterfall too. It was real cool.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope.
That trip was funny. Yeah, went to New York.
I want to go back to New York.
Bro.
What? New York is the worst place ever, man.
Bro, you walking downtown, straight dirt coming off you in the showers, bro.
Yeah, when we shower, bro, it was just
dirt. It was nasty,
like, bro.
I did not like New York. What do y'all think about time travel?
No.
I can't even.
This is not Rick and Morty.
I can't even picture that, bro. Like,
bro.
You just get in a box and then. Like,
well, time is. It's like something that you can measure. Something it's like tangible. It's a tangible thing. Mm-hmm. We like everything that we rotate on the world is rotating on a time thing that pulls time in.
So you think time is real?
I think time is real. I think time travel is real too, but I don't think it's like what everyone thinks it is.
So how do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
I think we've had a ton of successful time travelers, but all of them end in like the most gory death ever.
What?
Because think about it, the world is always moving. We're moving around the sun, in the solar system, in the universe. We're always moving. Mm-hmm. So you go back in time, the world is not going to be in that time spot that it was when you travel back to it. Mm-hmm. So I think people have accomplished time travel, and they end up in space, and they just die a gory death because they time travel into space.
So you think people are like time traveling, knowing they're gonna die?
No, they don't. They didn't know that was the consequence, and so people are trying to find the solution to that.
Think it's like a ritual?
No, I don't think it's like a ritual. Like, what do you mean by ritual?
They do they say something and then they appear somewhere. Like,
okay,
a prayer or something like that. They put like candles down and like draw some stuff. Like,
what?
I don't know, because the whole get into like a metal box and pressing some buttons and then appearing in 1985 just don't sound right to me.
I mean, I don't think it's like that. I think it's more of a dimensions type of thing.
How do you get there?
I guess you could call it I would call it more spiritual than a ritual. I think it has to do with some of those type of things. Like, I I shouldn't say that I believe that it's 100% real, but like I'm just saying like this is a good argument. People think that you're just going to travel back in time. All of a sudden, you're going to end up in New York in 1954, and everything's going to be all good and dandy. Nah, time is always moving. We're always moving with time. You can never retrace your steps into time. That was a little deep, far stretched one right there. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
I don't even know, bro.
it's just like everything talked about is just so crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
How you feel about like UFOs and aliens and species and stuff like that?
I swear my grandma said she saw a UFO, and like whenever she used to live in Alaska.
Oh, it's what I was talking to your mom about the other day. I got a homeboy. You know, I told you about the one who was in the league or whatever.
Wait.
He did, yeah. So he real into the whole like spiritual, like religion stuff. He said, and I don't want to mess it up, but he said that the UFOs we're seeing are actually God's angels checking in on us on Earth.
What? What? I wasn't expecting that. That was a curveball.
He basically said like the technology that they have is really advanced, and that
In heaven?
basically coming from the heavens or whatever, and that all the UFOs we're seeing are just the angels coming down and checking on us because I guess the brink of war is coming or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
What you mean? Like what's the brink of war?
Well, like because we're in the end times, I guess. What people are starting to say, as far as like the way the Bible is and Revelations and all that, and so that we're getting close to it being the war. And shoot, didn't we almost not have a war, but there was talks about it. Yeah, with
There's a war that's about to happen right now.
Yeah, with Russia and is it Russia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russia.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know about that one.
That's the thing, but that goes back to the religion talk though. Like this has all been stuff said in the Bible and everything, and that's coming to pass exactly how it says.
Yeah.
And the Bible's old. Like, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's true. What was it? You were talking about your friend that was talking about the UFOs or like Area 51. What were you saying about that? Like they said that it's true. Like he couldn't say much, but it's true.
Oh, it's Steph, massage therapist. Well, Steph. If I remember correctly, her husband's grandpa was a scientist at Area 51, and he could never like really say what was going on there because it was a government job and like whatever's in there. But all he could say was like, "There's stuff out there that you guys should just be worried about." But I can't say much. Like he would just disappear from time to time, even with the family, because he knows so much information. So yeah,
It's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah.
But I mean, shoot. I think UFOs are definitely flying around all the time.
I think there's aliens, bro. I don't know.
Aliens are for sure real though.
I think there's aliens. There's no way we're the only species in this entire universe. Ain't no way. My wife might be purple
What?
What?
or yellow.
wait. What did you say?
His wife might be purple or yellow.
Shoot, she different species. They might come in different colors. We don't know. You can't find your wife here on Earth. Maybe she's on a different planet, baby.
I mean, lizards are. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay.
That's the title of the video.
Oh yeah,
My wife could be purple.
That's the title of the video.
Can't find your wife here. Go look on a different planet.
Yeah, that might be. Maybe that's what. That goes back to why people might be single. Their partner just might not be here. Might be on another planet, bro.
Another planet?
Yeah, that's why their partner. That's why they're lonely. They got separated.
That's why they lonely.
Hear me out though, bro. Cause you know how in the pre-life you was spirit, right? And so then you get your bodies, right? Once you're in the mortal life. But maybe their spirits got sent to different dimensions or different parts of the world. And they're supposed to be together, but they can't because they're just not in the same universe. Oh my God. Stop that right now, yo.
This man went deep with the spiritual stuff on that.
Yo, that's crazy.
Man, speaking off the top of his head, too.
That is wild.
He just came up with his own conspiracy theory.
Damn.
Man, that's funny, though.
That could be true.
It's true, man.
Because y'all seen the movie Avatar, right?
Yeah.
The blue people?
Yeah.
What if that's where your wife is at? That damn planet.
What?
All right, bro.
They have some baddies on there.
Hey. As a little kid, we were watching that show.
What, bro? I was like, yo, what? Let me get a blue one.
Yo. Plus, they were like, what, like 12 feet tall or something like that?
Yo, kids would be hoopers.
They would be breeding some crazy athletes.
Oh, God, I would be an athlete, yo. He would come out like 8'5" or something.
Yeah, he's built already, bro.
Oh, man.
Man.
That'd be wild.
Let me get a blue one.
And black people got dominating genes, so like he'd be like,
not over an alien though.
That's extraterrestrial, bro. Like,
that is weird. It is different though.
All right, why are we talking about this, bro? You love bro.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
You wild dog.
Hey, but you got a good point though.
I'm serious.
You got a good point though.
I ain't agreeing to that.
You're saying you wouldn't take that? You wouldn't take the opportunity to have an 8'5" child?
No.
What?
But
What are y'all talking about?
We coming back here, and I'm putting them in sports immediately. Bro, maybe that's how LeBron was made.
All right, bro. This man right here. LeBron was made.
That's how. Bro, ain't no way you 37 still averaging 29, 10, and 8, bro. Ain't no way. He was built in a lab, bro.
Yeah.
Or he half Avatar.
He's I don't know. His genes are different though.
Yeah, he different though.
That's the only explanation.
He different. Man, oh man.
But
That's a lot.
man, I mean, shoot. Comment and tag us with like some of your guys' conspiracy theories. Maybe we could have like a part 2 one day if it blows up enough. If you guys like it enough. But I have 20 more that I could throw off the top of my head, but
Yeah, we cool.
yeah, y'all shut down half of them anyway. We cool. So, I mean,
end it off, bro.
yeah, man. So
Let him get
that's our
natural
conspiracy
again.
theories episode. I mean, hopefully we got you guys thinking a little bit. Let us know what you guys are thinking. Some of your guys' conspiracy theories, because we definitely check our page. So just let us know what you guys you guys maybe want us to debate about. I'll defend the hardest ones. You know what I mean? I threw some crazy ones out there, and these guys shut it down. But yeah, man, that's another episode right here in the Rookery Studios. No Politics with Chazyboy, D'Angelo Mandel, and Leek.moore.
What they do?
So
Politics, baby. Hey, actually, I got a theory about LeBron, bro.
We done, bro. We done, bro.
There's no pictures of this man's father.
We're done, bro. All right, we're done. We're done, bro.
No, this ain't even a podcast. This isn't even a podcast. I'm serious.
We ended it. Thank y'all for listening, bro. Peace.
No, don't
like,
put that
comment,
podcast,
like,
bro.
comment, subscribe. I hope y'all enjoy. Bye.